Good morning, artists. Today we are going to come back to another remote art project, kind of continuing along in our spring theme. And I've been seeing a lot of birds in my yard lately, and which is really a great sign of spring. And I found this really cute project using circles to create birds, and I thought you guys would enjoy it. So here is what our project will look like when it's all finished. In order to begin today, you will need a piece of paper, a pencil, maybe a marker to trace, and then something to color with, like crayons or colored pencils, maybe even markers if you want. It's up to you. So the other thing that you will need are some circles from around your house. So for example, at my house, I found the inside of a tape roll. So there used to be some duct tape on this, or maybe it was masking tape. I think it was duct tape on this. And so I noticed that it was a perfect circle. So I'm going to use this to trace. And I also found this lid to one of my jars that I'm going to use. And I can either use the inside part or the outside part to create a smaller circle for this project. So you'll notice on mine, I did 3 circles. If you want to do more, if you have room, if your circles are a little bit smaller and you have room to do more, you want to do some overlapping, feel free to do that. So once you have all those things, you're going to get started. So let me put this to the side and then we'll start with our fresh piece of paper. So the first thing you're going to do with a pencil is to take your circle and trace it. So I think I'll start, maybe I'll start right here with the circle. So I'm just going to hold it in place and use my pencil to come all the way around the outside. Just make sure that it doesn't slip around while you're tracing. So you really have to hold it still. And there's my circle. Now I'm going to make a smaller circle, so I'm going to use that lid instead, and I think I'll do one right here. And I'm going to trace. That one's a little bit easier to get around there. Maybe I'll do another one of these small guys like back here, and I'm going to overlap. So I'm just going to make it like this. This is going to be a little bit different than the last one that I made because I'm going to make more of these chicks or birds that are walking around. All right, I think I'll make one maybe right here, going off the edge of my paper. Now, from the finished examples, you might have noticed that aside from the circles, I've got some other shapes that you might recognize, which are the triangles here for the beak. So I'm going to go ahead and add those, but depending on what way I want my bird to be facing, it's going to be in a different spot. So this bird is looking down, so you'll notice that the triangle is down here, and then his eye is right next to it. This bird is looking up, so the triangle is more toward the top of the circle, and then this one's looking down, but on the other side. So I'm going to try to create a variety of birds here. So this first one, I think I will have him looking up. So I'm just going to make a triangle right here. And then right to the side of my triangle, I'm going to imagine where that bird's eye is going to be. So I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm just going to make a little wing shape. So I'm going to go bumpy line, bumpy line, bumpy line. There it is. And then maybe this guy also has a tail. So, or tail feathers, I should say. And then I'm going to give him some bird legs, which start with lines coming down, and then 1, 2, 3 lines shooting out from there. So there's my little bird, and he is looking up at the sky. You can even add some other details in, like maybe you want to add a line right there. That's totally up to you. Now, I think this bird is going to be looking down. So I'm going to make a triangle that is pointed down. Maybe he's looking for food on the ground. Now I'm going to make an eye right about here. And I think then that his wing would be right about here. So that means the tail feathers would be overlapping this other bird. And then I'm going to make some legs coming down right about here. Now this guy, I think, let's see, I think I'm going to make this guy looking down in this direction. So here is the triangle for the mouth. I'll add that line like I have on the other ones. His feathers for his wing are going to be overlapped by this, and then I'll make the tail feathers on the back, and then maybe one leg. And I'm not sure you'd be able to see that other. Maybe you would. Maybe you'd be able to see just some toes right there. So this guy's behind that guy. Now let's come over to our one in the corner here. And I think I will make him, let's see, what would look best? I think maybe he should be looking over this way too. So this guy, I'm only going to see the triangle beak right here, the eye, and then maybe I would see the wing, and then maybe some feathers up here. Okay, so now I've got a collection. And again, if you want to add some more birds all the way around, feel free to do that. Now, once you've got all of your birds drawn, then it's time to trace with a dark colored crayon, or if you have one, you can trace with a marker instead. And then we're adding color. So you'll notice on this one, I used crayon, and I just made my birds different colors to give it a little bit of variety. And I colored nice and carefully, showing where the grass is as well as where the sky is in the background. So I hope you have a great time making your birds out of simple shapes, and I will really look forward to seeing what you come up with in this project. When you're finished, please snap a photo and upload to Seesaw or send to my email at hlangles@aos94.org. Take care, everyone.